first and 10 at their own 11. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a give to Lindsay running right. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. On play action. Now Rodgers going for the deep ball. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Back to throw, Watson. Thomas has got it, complete. They find some open field here. He's at the 50, the 30. A big play there on the catch and run, 72 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now it's Watson.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat.
And he will have a touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he connects with Ertz. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 21 yards there on third down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Rolling to his left. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Third and long, it's Watson. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
Now here's Ross. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow. Rodgers going to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run. It's Dixon. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Kenneth Dixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. On first down, it's Watson. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Packers' 26-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. It's complete to Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep over. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On first down, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Past the 20. That'll be complete to Cook. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Out of the gun, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dalvin Cook in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
14 yards, good for a Packer first down. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Rodgers now. Throwing again. He'll let this go for the end zone. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off. To Sean Gibson.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely.
And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
57 the mic. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun snap for Watson. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
The coverage that time was unbelievable the whole way around. I mean, you've got a quarterback just standing back there in the pocket. He had all night to survey the field, and he still couldn't find anybody. And when he finally did throw it, he threw it to the other team.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On play action, now Rodgers. Being chased out left. And now here's another interception. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever is trying...
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Switch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Watson on first down. And this is Cook with a grab. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Watson now to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And he finds Cook.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Again, it's Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he is out of bounds here. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson taking it in. And the Texans push further out in front. Point after here coming up. And that one makes this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. He's got Adams on the hookup. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Well, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And his throw is incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage there to knock that one away.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Curtis Samuel, 77 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels. and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish his bet.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup and even 40 yards.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
57 to Mike. 56.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now it's Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Here's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. Dancing to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On first down, Watson. He's got Fuller. 12 more yards there and another first down. And they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking that time for Stills, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
I got you.
Now Watson. Buying time to his... And he will score. It's a touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head to head. But
that's
the
about
virtual
it.
guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Packers pick it up. Boy, that got pretty close to disaster. Going for 2, you cough it up. They almost returned it all the way to the other end for 2 for themselves.
You think electron ball security is in order here?
Absolutely.
And it's not just taking care of it. It's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Good one, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Houston, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Packers, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.